Hey, it's Eugene, Prestige Pools. It's that time of year, it's gotten chilly. We're about to start seeing some freezing conditions. So I was gonna give you a series of videos to show you or remind you of what all the things you need to do to make sure your equipment's ready so that it lasts through the winter and you're ready to go again in the spring. So let's start by shutting the equipment off. Okay, so this is a Jandy box. Yours likely looks the same if it's Jandy, but it might be another brand. They basically work all the same way. Ultimately, just open it up. On this one, it's the far left button. Again, yours might be different, but basically you just want to put it in service mode. As soon as you put it in service mode, it's going to shut all your equipment off. I'm going to leave it in service mode for what we're going to do today. Some of the variable speed pumps today have onboard freeze protection. That being said, it's important to remember to turn off the breaker to the pump. That way the pump won't try to run when there's no water in the system. One thing you can't forget is if you're going to winterize a pump, you've got to go into your controller and tell the schedule to take it out of your schedule runtime. If not, it's going to try to run that pump even though it's been winterized, and therefore it's going to be running dry. So here I'm going to go in and I'm just going to take that out of my schedule. In this case it was our shear descent, and I'm just going to delete that out of the schedule. All right, now that we have everything turned off, I'm ready to winterize this pump. But I want to show you something first. If you notice that your pump has this check valve or a clear lid on it in the plumbing, you might need to check with a professional or really understand what's going on there. That check valve is made to keep water from an upper body of water naturally draining back to the lower body of water. And if you were to winterize a pump with a check valve on it, you could cause yourself some problems later. So again, if you have a check valve, a visible check valve like you see here in your plumbing, you might check first before you winterize that pump. But assuming that you don't have that and you're ready to winterize the pump, then let's get going. This is super simple. This is a Jandy pump here. You might have one that's a little bit different or a different brand, but they're all basically the same. To do this, I'm going to start by opening up my water spigot. I'm doing this just to let some air in. So as I open that up, you can hear it starting to suck air, but I'm going to go ahead and open the lid too. And ultimately, I'm just trying to let all the water and all of this right here drain out. On the side down here, there's 2 drain plugs. You might check on your pump, look around, see if you see any others. But basically, just pull the drain plug. I always drop this back in the pump itself so that later I know where those plugs are. But pull both of your plugs, or however many plugs you have. I always drop the lid back on in its place just so that stays in where it's supposed to be. Make sure you don't lose your O-ring. There you go. I don't even lock it. I just leave it free, but I just kind of let it sit there. All that water is going to drain out. I'm going to make sure my valves are open right here, and they're all open enough that any water in there would go ahead and drain back out. And now that pump's drained. It's winterized. I don't have to worry about running it. I don't have to spend the electricity on it. And I definitely don't have to worry about it freezing.
Thanks for diving in with us today. If you found these pool maintenance videos helpful, show some love and hit that like button. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button too. That way you won't miss any future videos. Let's make a splash together. If you have questions or topics you'd like us to cover, drop them in the comments below. Stay tuned and keep those pools prestige.